Hello, everyone. I'm not gonna do that full on a full thing. Yeah. What's up? Today is we're doing some Skaven painting today, and it's gonna be a doozy. I was just futzing with my headlamp light because I've got one of those now. And yeah, so this is gonna be a fun experiment. I think I've got a new good setup though for doing kind of all this stuff. So I'm excited. It's going to be an interesting time. I don't know how well this thing's going to like me wearing this thing on my head. So far, it's looking like not at all. It's looking very upset. It's very upset. It's very upset with me wearing this. I might not keep it on. If this would be a problem, uh, maybe if I do this, hold on. Are you better with it now? Well, we do. Okay. Maybe are we okay now? Are we okay? We're looking all right. I think I need to go with this. The problem is actually though, I don't know if the head thing I'm wearing is gonna be good. I'm doing some tests off camera here because I want to make sure I can get to it before and I'm still going buck wild over there when I look down. Let's see here. So funny enough, if I wear the little headlamp thing, like magnifier with my glasses, um, it actually makes it so that I don't have to have the model as close to my face to get the benefits um of the magnification. But on the downside is, well, it's not really a downside. It's just seemingly, well, somewhat. On the downside, it is that the magnification isn't as strong, right? I'm really losing it. By the way, do you like my new background? Um, okay, yeah, this isn't gonna work. So we're gonna I'm gonna get rid of this so that it's happier with me. I will just do a little bit of lineage if need be. There's likely some there's likely a shift or two to happen yet. I think what I'll likely do at some point is because I have a magnifying light that I really want to that I can use, but oh, hold on, they have an issue. Hold on, fix this. This is why I'm late, by the way. I'm late to this stream because I was trying to troubleshoot all of this stuff. So I'm sorry. But I just noticed that my camera was on some type of what's called an interlaced video format, which is what's used for TV still. It's crazy to me, but here we are. And thus because of that, it was going to look very bad. Okay. As long as I'm mindful now that you guys are to my right when we're looking at the screen here, we'll be good. But I think it looks good. I think this could be a good setup. I think I'm no matter what, I'm gonna have it somewhat to my right. It actually works with how I do. It works a little bit with how I paint, but I also because I can't really get it on my shoulder or like directly above me. I'm debating on getting a. At some point, I would like to get. There's a card camera that I guess is apparently really good. Um, but we'll see. We're gonna try to do as many of this my Skaven as we can today. I forgot my paper towel. Shoot. All right. And then we are specifically then going to be doing it's and also like it's specifically clan rat that we're doing today. It's gonna essentially be as quick a one as you can get as we can try to get through. I need we're gonna because this is a slap chopping army that we're gonna do. I'm defying some Skaven odds here by uh by doing it this way. So let's let me grab where's my drab brush. My draw brush. Yeah, I was gonna say we should get into yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we should get into focus once we're in here. Okay. So honestly, I will note. So this is something with doing with like doing this slap chop method. My keyboard is disgusting. I'm sorry about that. Look, this is partially the reality of having a dog. It's you get gross hair everywhere. And actually all these specks, this isn't actually dirt. The like specks you kind of see here, this isn't dirt. This is paint. This is from me when I had like really when I have a poor setup from on my airbrush. I have gotten a better box to do the airbrushing in, so we're gonna be good. Let's give us some music. It's so funny though because doing these streams last year, uh, I I have a bunch of artists and I didn't listen to a whole lot of music last year. I'm gonna change that this year. I'm gonna get back to listening to music. Um, but I'm trying to listen. Turn this up. Um, get the volume to a good spot here. There we go. Perfect. Uh, yeah. Oh fuck! Oh no! My pants! Oh, it looks like I cum my pants. Like a white stuff all over my pants. No. Oh no. All right. Those of you who maybe don't know the slap chop, I have this just because I've had it. I don't intend to ever rebuy this. Trust me. It's not worth it. It's not a great way. Um, but But yeah, so for slap chop stuff, you need to start with gray. I'm dumb. Now that's gonna be some. Hey, paint rag. Where are you, paint rag? I did not expect you to do it that way. This tracker's too good for my own benefit, I think. Tracker does too good of a job sometimes. And I get very forgetful about it and its position. Alright. It's good. We need to start with Grace. Honestly, and I probably could start and end. Hey, what's up, Octavia? I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if you were here when I flipped my model out trying to go get my paint rag. I left it on my shelf. But otherwise, I'm going pretty good. Thank you for the follow, Octavia. Appreciate that. Oh, great. I need to get new gray paint. For paints that I actually intend to use for slap chopping, though, I actually don't mind having the Citadel pots because I don't need to put them on like a pallet or anything. That's like a flashbang. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I don't need to like put them on. They don't need to go really into a pallet because like the step for the slap chop is you get a, you don't need to get this much. It's probably a little bit much, right? You get it on your brush and then you get rid of most of it by rubbing it on the paper towel. I do. I know. I play games. I do a bunch of things. I want to do more painting. I do for multiple reasons. A, to get rid of my pile of shame. But then B, because I feel like it is somewhere where I can really kind of identify myself a bit. So let's see here. So the thing is, we want to be very light now to start because there's potentially going to be some thickness on the brush still, so we can just get it flicked off. No, I stream Mondays and Tuesdays. I didn't stream yesterday, and I actually didn't get to bring this up. I didn't stream yesterday, unfortunately, because I had to babysit my nephew. Fortunately, he lives about an hour away from me, so had to make bit of a trip, which means and it was going to be right up until when I had to go to work. So here we were. But yeah, so this with the gray, especially with these clan rats, we can get kind of in there. A lot of times you don't want to maybe get too deep. You want the black to really make sure it gets into the shadows. Thank you. I very much attempt to keep it. I've been trying to keep a very good, consistent schedule. Sometimes I'll do pop-up streams, so keep it on my Blue Sky if you want to find out when those are, because I'll Blue Sky post. I don't want to call them tweets because Blue Sky needs its own identity. But yeah, I'll make a post whenever I do those random ones. And obviously, it's not scheduled. Very much. Yeah, I mean, whenever I need them, whenever I need new ones, I actually have multiple friends who are actually very supportive of what I do. And they can make them for me if I ever wish them to. Right now, honestly, though, I don't need crazy graphics. I've never been a big fan of it. I know plenty of VTubers have very cool graphics out there, but with backgrounds and all that, it's just not my thing. I like having a very neutral and kind of a very graphic-less stream. When the time comes though that I have the capacity or desire to fluff it up, I'll do it. You can always tell me your socials, but when and if the time comes, I'm not looking to go really anywhere. But thank you for the offering, nonetheless. But I love to see artists getting themselves out there. It is a hard world to work in. I do not have a public Discord. Song got loud. Okay. I was trying to check the volume. I was like, this song feels like it got kind of loud. By the way, if you're slap chop tutorial, uh, when you're using the white, you want to just like very much just glaze the top. You don't want to. The brush needs to be very light on the model. Otherwise, we are gonna get too much brightness. This is like just like essentially your cheeky way to get edge highlights on whatever portion of the model you're on. As I mentioned, I have a blue sky. I'm on I am just at Sova VT, just like it is on my Twitch username. Obviously, with all the blue sky extra stuff that they put on there. So I would love to make like the custom domain thing. I'm too stupid though about that. All right. Baseline clanrat 1, clanrat 2. If it wasn't clear, also by the way, this is how many clanrats we're gonna try to get through today. There are 20 clanrats. 20 little rat boys. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna be going at it today. Okay. We got a little bit of wet globbiness on this still, so I'm gonna try to use that to get some gray, hopefully. Okay, we got some gray. That's good. Pretty much, honestly, probably about the perfect amount. It was. No, it was. Eh, I think this is one of the models that the primer didn't get super. I didn't get super well primed. There's a couple models that kind of had some missing spots, and I was just kind of well, at least like they just didn't get fully black. It'll be enough where I'd be able to get paint on them, but might have a moment time with them. So shoot. Exactly. At least doing this on the sword. See that big blob I just made there? That's what you're trying to avoid. Doing it on the sword's okay because the sword's gonna get mainly covered in a uh, metallic. Anyway, like it's gonna get like blast coated in the metallic, so it doesn't really matter if it gets a little funky. But yeah, like here, this is a good example of like why I like doing slap chop so much. Is it's really easy to get. So like it really showcases good details in a model. So like all these like head ridges are now gonna have their like they're gonna you that will come through after I contrast paint it, you know. So and that's the nice part. Like I can actually be a little more zoomed in than I was. Though this isn't the most interesting part of the painting process. This is in fact going to be possibly the most boring part of the whole stream today. But you know we're gonna go through it. It is part of painting. We cannot avoid it. We cannot. It is real. This is real. Let's Oh, I hate that. Oh no, it doesn't have my thing. Oh no. Right, this isn't the hotkey. No. I changed my settings, so my hotkeys are broken. No. Yeah. Gotta find you. You are. Show hide. VC. There we go. Okay. I just hate how I like contortion when I'm like trying to drink something. I really needed it. I was thirsty as hell. I mean, moon, am I right? How do I get it though so that I can't remember. How do you get it so that when you turn any of these off? Now that's the one. Hmm. I thought there was a way so that like when you like if I do this, you know, that it'll fade in and out. I thought there was a way to do that. And then I thought specifically it was easier to do. Then, but I cannot seem to find it. Yeah, I don't know. Nope. Yeah. Can't seem to see it. Well, we'll worry about that another time. Let's get back to this. got clan rats. We've got clan rats to deal with. So there's a bell. He's here to ring in the new year, guys. Definitely not pestilence. No form of pestilence or plague. Just the new year. He's a kind and loving rat. He's just here to give some New Year's cheer. New Year's cheer, guys. New Year's cheer. No form of pestilence here. There's no such thing as man-sized rats. No such thing. The myth. That's one of my favorite things from Total War. I've been playing a shit ton of Total War. I'm definitely gonna play that on stream at some point. Um, once I am more confident in my own abilities. The thing is, what I need to get better at in Total War is I need to get better at the actual like battle. I can go through the campaign map okay right now. You know, like I'm actually doing relatively successful now in a couple campaigns, which is nice. But obviously, I need to be able to not ruin it and play the actual game, like without ruining it. This is a tricky one to try to get into because I'm trying to get under this bell. I really only need to kind of get dabs in there. Uh, in a sometime soon stream. I mean, either Monday or Tuesday next week. Really. I'm going to do. I'm going to definitely do some. I'm going to use stream me doing some airbrush painting because they are coming up. Or I have a couple episode ideas for Heretic Hammer coming up, and I very well got to go to white. Uh, I very well will need some B-roll. The best way for me to get that B-roll is by um streaming. Absolutely. I can get some white in the tail actually. I probably actually should do that with the other two I just did. The tail does need to get pretty bright because I gotta get it kind of pink. So it's okay if the tail is pretty white, because, that way good color in that tail. Just kind of like I've mentioned before, I'm just trying to get tips, whatever section. If anything, some of the parts that maybe have skin are also like really good spots to try to get some white in. Because even if you're painting a pretty like dark purple, kind of like Skaven, you know, you still have to have some realm of contrast, right? You don't want to have just and then especially with skin, you're still gonna need a lot of that color to get in there because especially if they're gonna have dark fur, then you will end up with a lot of just kind of muddy looks, you know? It'll just like look really muddy. Let me do a reset on myself here. I've turned myself. Am I doing that somehow? There we go. Yeah, every now and then you're gonna get my really white hands. So sorry. But showcasing the creating dry brush is not like vastly entertaining. You know, it's funny when you think about painting painting a wood like this, right? In most instances of painting wood, like in real life, like with real wood, you often want to paint with the grain on wood to really get the paint to soak in. But in this sense of like dry brush, which obviously this isn't real wood anyway, but like we really have to like paint against the grain because in this like attempt where I'm doing like this, where like I'm trying to like brush and just get stuff off the top and just show it so that uh so that like the shadows still remain there. You know, you have to go explicitly against it. Actually, hold on. We're gonna. I just realized I have the perfect. There's the perfect audio that we need to use. Window capture. Oops. Oops. All right. Let's put that below everything here. Oop, there we go. Nope, not me. There we go. Okay. Need to hide these again. I unhid things. All right. Let's see. Fat Shark has Jesus. Oh, I muted myself. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh, dude, guys, I'm so bummed. So what I was saying was there was a like um yeah, the playlist. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so there was a Fat Shark had a playlist of like music to Skaven Tide 2 or whatever, like something like that. And they don't have it up, and I'm so upset. I'm so sad. Because that would have been perfect for this stream. I need to turn this down just a little. Oh, I'm so upset. That made me so sad. That took a long time, so now like my water's bad. Not only my water's bad. Alright, I gotta refill water. 1 second. Alright. Okay. So by the way, now we are listening to the Skaven soundtrack from Total War Warhammer. Not that one, but specifically will be 2. They just reuse it into 3, so it's the same thing. One of the things I recently did though was I watched I watched a pancreas no work video on this Skaven, and I love it. It's such a good video. I think one of the things I will do at some point is I will I will do a brain like shut down for a second. I like lost all train of thought. I think I'll do a react stream if somebody, of like somebody's like Age of Sigmar lore video, because I've been watching Realm of Ridiculousness, Adeptus Ridiculousness fantasy podcast, which He's a great way, honestly, just to get of some of the fun old lore, like old world lore. And honestly, I kind of wish it was still around. I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna take an effort at some point though, and I'm gonna learn some AOS lore, and we'll see. I might find myself, I might find myself getting pretty fantasy pilled, even AOS pilled. Who's to say? You gotta give these things a chance, right? Otherwise, you'll never know what interests you could have. And inevitably, I will end up playing portions of AOS anyway because these Skaven in my hands right now, they've got to be put to use somewhere. And as much as I could just play the tabletop and set it and forget it, I don't want to. Half of my enjoyment of playing the tabletop is kind of the I mean, because I'm an RPG person. I mean, when I started Natural One, it was like exclusively like a D&D and like RPG game channel, and like that was it. Now obviously we have Heretic Hammer and whatnot, but that was my number one thing was like it's we are this that's I mean everything that I had enjoyed at that time was just RPG and D&D, and I did intend for it to be more than just D&D from the get-go, but I knew I was obviously like, we need to start heavy on D&D because otherwise we gonna run out, or like this is where we're gonna get any type of clicks and attribution, because unfortunately not many people are searching for videos on Stars Without Number, like that. I think nowadays we can make that change happen. I think we could make that change happen nowadays. I think a lot of people are getting real annoyed with Wizards of the Coast, and rightfully so. I am well. Which also makes me excited though, because our future quote unquote D&D streams, on that channel will all be we will be shifting to other game types soon, which I am very excited to do. And funny enough, actually, my like whole thing of like, if you want to help support that dream to come true or whatever, it's actually not at this point, getting more and more followers isn't the thing that's going to be the most helpful. Actually, the thing that actually was the most helpful for me right now is join here. Like obviously, you can obviously follow and whatnot, but have when you come here, or when people come, or if you have people come here, chat it up. Streams are only, I think, half as good if the chat isn't very active. So this is it's unfortunate because paint streams don't have to be necessarily crazy actively chat wise. But honestly, if it's just like if I can get a few consistent chatters, which is a challenge, then I could start pushing. Then I'll be able to be pushing into affiliate territory. I'm right on the cusp. Just don't have very active chatter. But we can change that. Then we can get into affiliate territory. And then you know, and then bada bing, bada boom, I'll be able to start brushing up more and more of the stream, dedicate more time to it, right? Because like everything right now is obviously like it's a realm of like I have to make a lot of cost benefit, like a you know, there's I have to make choices, you know, every day because this isn't my main. That's obviously is not my job. Um, you know, like it can be like one, but I only dedicate as much time as I can to it because it. My focus went away. My bad. Got a little bright, but so many. That was a fourth. That was a fourth of the models, and that's just like undercoated. Can't even say base coated. It's like an undercoating, if you will, right? Do a fun one. Do this one with the flag. We're gonna flip, start fresh. Fresh is a relative term, but you know what I mean. I'm really sad that Vermintide music live stream isn't on right now. I'm so sad. It just was. It just would have been perfect. Yeah, this is one here. This is actually a good one where I can get rid of some of the gunk that's left behind on the brush with the flag. Because the flag needs obviously plenty of color, so that'll be able to almost make pure white, and it'll be okay. Would you focus? Shut off its auto. We're not having this. I'll have a portion of the stream that's blurry when I'm dipping and whatnot. If it means I won't have to deal with this thing doing stupid stuff and not focusing on a model when I have it in my hands. Skaven singing. Be moving and grooving. I'm actually really happy though that I've got this set up for these now. It's kind of moving and grooving because I have struggled to find like an optimal way to be able to have both my actual model and not just like a Fugi, you know, not just like a PNG tuber, but like my just straight up model. trying to get this tail. All right. All right. So many. This is where, and this is explicitly where, like, in Warhammer's, like, painting tier list for AOS, uh, that Vince Venturella put the Skaven in a surprisingly low tier, because for like difficulty tier, because which means like high difficulty, because it's not the fact that like your paint job needs to be perfect. Like if your paint job, Skaven are very much like orcs in many respects, in the sense that like, hey, if you make a small oopsie, that's okay. You know, because this is a Skaven, so it's just like, oh, they got fucked up, or they fucked something up. Whatever it needs to be, right? But the thing that makes them difficult, or at least can be very obvious, like annoying. Like there, I've got that big splotch there. It's like, oh, that's just now an extra. That's just a splotch. That's just a big splotch, as it is. It's a thing. It's just like it's some shit that's embedded into the grain of the wood after fighting whatever random number of creatures, most likely innocent beings. One of my favorite Skaven Lord names will always be Queek Headtaker, though. Especially like in Total War 2, like in Warhammer 2. Because the the like the follower guy, like the guy, the tutorial guy, whatever his real name is. It's just so funny to me to like hear him go like, Lord Queek. But like I love I do actually need to make because we have if you didn't know, we have a better TTE emote of rat scheme. I do need to make I need to grab the image. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. Uh, never mind. Uh, I really want to turn I really want to turn this into an emote, or I really need to turn this into an emote. Like I really want this to be an emote. Like look at him. This is actually a great. This is actually a great picture to turn it use to turn it into an emote. It's just so cute. It's just so funny. Even though he's this look on his face is because he is seeking to do monstrous things to he is seeking to do monstrous things to the world. Unspeakable war crimes are going to happen as a result of that cutscene and that face. But we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. So tail. We get the like really full paint stuff off. Get it off on the bottom. If you have a model that has like a built-in base, that is something that you can really easily get like paint chunks that maybe you didn't get off of the brush on the like paper towel and stuff. That's a great canvas because inherently you're gonna do a good number of different paint stuff too. To a base, even if it's like a pre-built or like on model base thing. So okay, mate. Mate. I know. I know. I know. Good girl. I know. It's okay. Okay. They're not here for us. These people are going somewhere else. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Easy. Not for us. No, 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 no. Not for us. I mean, if people are apparently knocking next door, Macy is concerned that it is for us. No, 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 you're good, Maisie. You're good, Maisie. It's okay. It's okay. Not for us. Not for us. Not for us. Not getting that answer. Whatever call for me. Not answering. They are not answering. Water. Need water. Be right back. So likely a model that actually do I have a but I actually see, do I have a hotkey for just studio mode transition? Make it all them, that's fine. Good. Okay, wait. Small task. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. I have to check something. Okay, hold on. We gotta watch something here. All right. Here we go.
That is a time rat warning! The rat on platform 2 is violent deranged and has claimed the platform as his own! Please avoid, stay away! Rat warning!
I love this. I love this dude's
is
voice
violent
for these
deranged and
rats.
has claimed the platform as his own. Please avoid, stay away.
Please
There
avoid,
is
stay
a
away.
giant rat
Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. All right. I'm gonna bring my more finished rats up to the front here. So I can get a little more out of my way. But yes, I think it'd be fun to do like an AOS learning stream. I think that could be a fun time. Note. When and if the time ever comes that I can get like a stream deck and like have fun toggles and stuff. One nice at least part of I would hope about it is that I can like really set them to be like extremely obscure like combos. Like control alt shift F. You know, like something I would never, I would absolutely never press accidentally. Or it'd be like in a hotkey in a game. That's the number one is you can definitely get it so that the hotkeys and stuff work when you're not focused in on OBS. But because I do the, you know, I transition off of, I transition off my model on and off all the time. A little thick on that armor back there. Huge deal. Every now and then when I don't look at the clock for a bit, I always get a little paranoid that all of a sudden I'm gonna look and it's like 2 o'clock and I'm like, oh shit. I pretty much have to stop by 12. It's gonna be like so at that point I gotta get dog out and I've gotta either make or get make like breakfast dinner that I may or may not even be able to eat. even doing like actual like. We're not even really hitting like. We're not hitting the hard portion of this paint job either yet. Uh, a little bit bigger, but also a little bit lower. All right. Honestly, though, it's tiring because it is kind of a boring portion of doing the job. But it's got to be done. What happened? A horde. I would really love for somebody to like find a way to like do a semi decent or just like silly cosplay of a Skaven and like go to a Ren fair and like have a this would just be like a really short TikTok, but like just have like somebody who's like one of the like either like a salesman if they have like security that are dressed as guards or they just have guard like um characters to just yeah to just like have them say, what do you mean? There is no such thing as man-sized rats. And then in the background is like the person just dressed as a Skaven. It just like sneaks behind them. It doesn't have to be like super. Like I don't think it even has to be honestly an advanced Skaven cosplay. Like I think it should look be very clear that it's just like, well, he dressed like a Skaven. He clearly dressed like a Skaven. I think that would add comedy. All right, switch. Tire this paper towel. Oh no. Uh, I'm getting. This is definitely some snaps of some dog. Yeah. Aw. My fiance, we both work in news. My fiance is dog shelter today. I don't know what the story is explicitly, but I love doing dog shelter videos, but I also like I want. It's always the worst because you just like want to take them home. You know, want to take all of them home. Oh, like especially if they get flown in. So because we have a shelter that is, they'll get their dogs flown in because they're right across the street from a small airport, like a small private airport. So it's just like, uh, there's like I feel I would love to just have so many of them. You know, you just see them and you're like, oh, why you think, whoa, little puppy, little puppy, you deserve a nice loving home. I would love to give that to I'll tell you what. Uh, you know, because of how bad it is for humans, you might look at a lot of health, like dog insurance companies, and be like, why would I want that if it's so bad for me? And trust me, if you get a dog, the first thing you need to do is get dog insurance or pet insurance. It is so like, especially like you need to obviously ensure and like know you need to be aware of like making sure you're getting a good plan and stuff. Like it is very dependent, obviously, on you reading your plan and making sure that you do get a good one. But like, when we got Macy, you know, while at the shelter, she was tested and was negative for any heartworm. We were really bad about getting pet insurance, about getting any pet insurance later on. 'Cause after our first vet trip, we were kind of like, all right, we should get pet insurance. Okay. These vaccines are pretty expensive, right? And that's all well and good, but if you don't do it, then it becomes a problem. Because then all of a sudden, her 6 month checkup comes along, and what were dormant heartworms are now there, and because they were dormant, the shelter we got them from are no longer viable for that, and shelters don't have the money to help you on that. They just don't. Even if it was 6 months, even though it's only 6 months later, they just don't. They just don't. It's not. Most shelters just don't have any type of that funding to do that. So they will take care of the dogs that they can help, but kind of once you got it, it's generally pretty much on you. And it's just because of the way it is. And if you want stuff like that to be better, then you do have to. You will want to very much, you want to donate and support your humane society. It's like absolutely should a time or when and if a time should come that I can properly do a good fundraising stream. 'Cause technically, yeah, sure, I can do a fundraising stream whenever I want, but I'm not gonna get anything for it. Like I don't want to just fundraise $5. you know, want to actually like have a real fundraiser. But if I would absolutely love to do them in support of humane societies. It would be, I would love to continue to do that because if different humane societies and all that can get more and more support, then they can be make it much easier every time. It's easier and easier and easier. To get to get to give better support to like and to the dogs they have and even the ones maybe that they help adopt or get adopted. Help support foster. When you foster, you get support from the shelter that you are fostering for, but that's a lot of it's like while you're putting some of your like your own money up on the block to take care of the dog and all that or cat or whatever, you are still the shelter is still doing a lot of the financial lifting because obviously they just can't expect you to do that if you're a foster. They have to help you. Sometimes maybe there are some that can, but we're in a weird diatribe about this. I'm sorry. I love dogs. I love supporting humane society. That's why I am 100%. I need to talk to my boss actually. We have like a volunteer, like we have like a community service and like volunteer thing, and I 100% need to use my volunteer hours. So they're kind of like days off, but obviously you have to like still go volunteer and all that. Like you have to go do an event. It gives you a day off. You need to still go to the event. But I would love to do the event because our job does one that supports uh, the city's human society. I live outside the city. There's a different one, but the city humane society gets a lot of people from it, and it would be nice. Sorry, one second. The heck? What did I? Oh, what's the? Not the goggles. I mean, if I have using the like headlamp magnifying glass thing, I will like absolutely make use of it, but I don't need to. So yeah. Definitely gonna, I think, be in need for some gray. Oh, this is another one that is definitely not, did not get the best shot from from the primer. All right, y'all. almost 3/4 of the way there. Two more, and we will only have a quarter left. The final five. Alright. I've been debating doing a dual stream. I've just been streaming on Twitch. Kind of been debating doing a dual stream though. I do wonder if I could gain a different following level if I were to stream on YouTube as well. I mean, I can. So there's nothing that necessarily is saying I can't at the moment. So oh man. So I want to bring this up. There was a comment recently on there was a comment recently on my on an episode of Heretic Hammer. It was on the like creating your own sub faction thing. And so the funny thing about that to me was somebody made the comment, they're like, "Oh yeah, your paint, it's just all right, well goodbye." You know, it was like obviously they're trying to like say first of all, it's like if you're gonna say my painting is shit, if you're gonna say my paint job is shit, just say it. Like don't pretend like you're trying to be nice. like like you're only making it yourself appear more like an asshole, you know? It's like the shit that like that's like the shit that like a teenager would say in high school, you know? It's like just say it's shit. Cause like here's the reality. It's like I know my paint jobs are not great. Like I'm not getting any golden demons. But the way you know how I paint for everything to be table ready, right? You know, I don't paint so that they're perfect YouTube, TikTok, Instagram fodder. You know, like I paint so that things are table ready. And like and that's it. No nothing else about it. You know, so it's like all right, you know, it doesn't look amazing. You know, the model doesn't look amazing, but it's like, well, it's table ready though, and it's in a good position. You know, I have to get new water. I'll come back. When I come back, I'll show you what I mean. Oh boy, that's a loud one. What did I hit? All right. Oh shoot, I didn't actually show you. One second. So I know for a fact one of two paint jobs that it was that comment was referring to was the other one is I put it away. But this one, which is my uh Claw Lord on Gnaw Beast, which actually I do think is pretty nice. I think I did a pretty nice job on it. Get some really good. Maybe instead I think I got some decent details in here. You know. I think I got some good details in here. You know, like it's kind of sickly skin on the knobbies. You know. I like the even the way the armor came out. I think is pretty good. The rat's eye, the claw lord's eyes are not my favorite. This is my favorite. I love this. This came out awesome. I think this is super sick. But like I like the way that I got the warp stone glow going, especially here. Really like it here. I think this looks really good. You know, but here, skulls aren't great. You know, I don't think the skulls are particularly like anything to specifically write home about. But yeah, you know, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad by any means. You know, it's a model that I'm very happy with how it came out. You know, so it's just like, but like, look, if you don't like it, or if you think it's not as good as someone, you know, you watch who does model painting, but like, don't go around bullying people. The thing that bothers me about that comment isn't that it's coming to me. I can handle these things. My concern about that stuff. Um, the problem for me is when somebody puts themselves out there who isn't, who doesn't have the thick skin that like I do, right? That's why that bothers me. You know, it's the same thing as like bullying somebody online. I don't know what the hell I just did there. I had to quickly bend down and grab a cable. So, like, clearly that created some issue. But yeah, like, you know, but like, what if somebody literally is just like, hey, I'm trying to put myself out there, and you know, I'm pretty new to painting and blah blah blah. You know, it's like just because like I'm not a golden beam painter doesn't mean that I can't say like or share like the like some of the paint like the new paints or tips and stuff that I do on the podcast. And to be fair, I don't tell you on the podcast, here's the one way to paint and blah blah blah. My most controversial take on the podcast is about painting is that I still firmly believe that I think you need to have you need to attain some form of experience with a paintbrush before you move right to the airbrush. If you are trying to go into Warhammer cheap, because no matter what people tell me, what people point to, and this, that, or the other thing, getting a good paintbrush or getting a good airbrush will continue to be an investment, a strong investment. And it won't be cheap. There's almost kind of not a point where it will be cheap to start on an airbrush. Because I would say, for example, that my setup is very budget. My setup is very budget friendly. And it's where I would tell people to start it. What I would tell people to do is start off with let me get to need to go, let's just go all year. Okay. List here. Okay, so yeah, I bought the, show this at least. I have this. This is a Galeri airbrush. It's very much like getting an Iwata Neo. Shouldn't just say Iwata because it's very much like getting a Neo by Iwata. Having this though is actually very nice, but it is a lot like getting it. You know, you still get your push to activate, which a lot of the really cheap airbrushes that come with just like the attached compressor don't. It's just like, because they're designed, when you do that, when you just direct attach the compressor without the hose, all the air just goes right into this. So it doesn't have any form of like air blockage as it is anyway. So it's just always sputting out air. Whereas then when you add the hose attachment, you have this to release and all that, but it gives you better control. So the thing is, I wouldn't recommend I'm now at the point where I've gone through the budget ladder. I've done the cheapest airbrush, and now I've gone to this second level. And it's where I'm kind of content to just be, right? And the number one thing is, so I've got this Orcare. It's called Orcare Powerful 40 PSI Adjustable Outpush Airbrush Kit. It does come with an airbrush, so for $47 you can get a starter airbrush and a compressor, or someone like me, right? So the total then spent on the airbrush kit and then this is also $45. It's $90. And while $90 is obviously not a small amount of money, oh my God, is that extremely affordable for an airbrush. So it is 100% something I can fully recommend into. The compressor works perfectly fine, because honestly a cheap compressor, it's a little loud. I will note, it's a little loud. It's funny, when you actually get good and the $100 kind of compressors, those are the ones that are actually pretty dang quiet. They really don't get that. So really, and even then, it's not loud. For example, so I ran this compressor that I'm talking about. I ran it, uh, uh, I ran it like a week or so ago, and it, I was using it whilst my fiance was asleep, and my desk is very not far from our bedroom, and she didn't wake up from it at all, but it wasn't so loud that it created like a disturbance of any kind. This farthest back. But yeah, so the I'm gonna hit shuffle on this now. But yeah, oh wow. I love it that you went in the second. Anyway, oh yeah. Yeah. So, but I like think the reason I also think it's really good. I just think it's yes. I just think it's a lot to ask somebody just getting into the hobby, to be like, yeah, you know what? You should just start with this airbrush. Just plunge into the deep end. 'Cause it's just like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And I don't think that's what when Poor Hammer did their airbrush episode, I don't think that's what they intended to say. It was like, hey, first thing, get an airbrush to paint your first model. I don't think that's what they intended per se. I know his character can be very, can appear very hyperbolic. But I do disagree that like you should get an airbrush very early. I think you should still learn some painting, mini painting basics. Learn how to build your coats up. That's all I want. We're in the last quarter, by the way. That was the start of this final quarter of clanrats. I technically have in possession 20 more that I would have to do this with. But the main thing I am getting my Skaven ready for is spearhead. So if I do not need to get at least all 40 clanrats that I own from the Skaven Tide box done now. We don't have to do it now. Good Lord, Doyle, I need time. Honestly, though, what I'm likely gonna end up doing is I'm gonna probably just get my airbrush, set it to a really light compression, and then um set it to a really light compression, and then just do a very kind of like light spraying to try to simulate this dry brushing a little, just so that it's something. And then maybe just do a little bit of the dry brushing with the white. I've actually come to really like Clan Eshin. Clan Scryer is still my goat, you know? Definitely still like Clan Scryer the best. But I've really come to like the design of Clan Eshin. I think, with the assassin rats, you just have a really cool design. I think they look very cool. They have a fun lore aspect where it's just, it's like they're that middle ground. They're always the neutral middle ground. And while they're assassinating people, it's just kind of that like, hey, I know you know that we assassinated them, but you know that hire us, fill them back, you know. You saw how we dispensed of your. You saw how we dispensed of your important person. Hire us, and we'll dispose of theirs. And it's just obviously like a fun aspect to it, because like Skaven politics is so funny to me. It's like, because like there is politics, there is politicking, but it's the politicking of like horrifically corrupt, chaotic beings who don't have nearly the foresight that even just like a real life corrupt politician. Like when Boeing sent out their whistleblowers. That's as close to as we get to probably being Skaven obvious that they're assassins. Or unlike their connivingness. But even then, it's still enough where it's not clear and obvious. Alright, guys. 2 more. Oh man. Man, it's literally all I'm gonna do. Okay, we're definitely getting through at least one or two of the clan rats in terms of actual color, because I cannot have this whole stream be base coating these this cannot be the whole stream. It can't be. I refuse to allow this. Whoa, what the hell happened to me? All right, here we go. 20 clan rats, dry brush, base coated, ready for slap chopping. All right, let's do. I'll be right back. Oh. All right. All right. So let's get through one set of these freaking clan rats here. Luckily, we don't have crazy amount of stuff. This is kind of what we're looking at here. This is our paint set. Let's start with cloth. Let's see. Do this guy. Everybody down here. I'm likely gonna need clear paint. very short, but very intense. Uh, Somewhere. Really? I hate you. Like playlist sucks. Oh, I'll do black last. Look how much I shake when I. Sorry, I got all janky there. But all right, anything else that's easy that I need to change? Sorry. I don't know if that bonked the camera at all, but gotta do this rat quickly. All right. All right. Now I got 2 washes here. This is not how I would recommend painting. I'm doing this like in a very relaxed, disorganized manner. Things are not going to be like as dry as it should be when I wash them. So kind of what I have. All right. Just through as much of this rat as I think I'm gonna get today. Again, is this super clean or pretty? No, and I acknowledge that. But it's table ready, right? That's what matters. And we'll see how it dries out. This is obviously not dried out in any way, so like we need to see how this dries out. Now, like we got rust effects that aren't settled through yet. Potentially skin effects that have not like settled yet. So we'll have to see. But I'll fix it. I can definitely make it. We do, especially if we do another stream. But yes. Other than that, thank you so much to anybody that kind of hung around for a bit. Um, I think it's a fun time. This was a good stream. I'm happy I've got kind of a decent setup now. So we'll definitely look forward to that. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you. I'll see you next time. It probably won't. It'll probably be. I mean, it probably won't be until next week. I don't think I'm gonna have. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream it all over the weekend. Sometimes I can. Most of the times I can't. So probably just see you guys next week. But no matter what, I'll probably make some progress on my own with this Skaven. But at least until next time I see you. Have a good one. Bye.